Hello, I'm Jesse Merida. Today I will be demoing an app made by Good Vibes Inc., Good Vibes. We made an app requested by our client for the people of GGC, whether they are undergrads, alumni, faculty, or staff, to send positive, anonymous messages to each other. The goal of the app is for people to talk about things on their mind in an environment among their peers. We created this application in Unity. So, let's open up the app. I've turned off any internet signal to my phone to show the disconnected screen, showing off helpful tips in case a user is unable to connect to our server, which is done automatically. Now that we've connected and loaded up, we are greeted with a happy face and the login and register screen. Users must register with their GGC email, and they are automatically logged in once they do so. Let's make a new account. So all new users must agree to our general rules and privacy policy before they're able to start using the app. After we scroll to the bottom, we can accept the rules and continue on. Alright, time to vibe. So vibes, aka messages, are the main focus of this app. You have the option to view a public list of vibes, which you can then reply to, send out a public vibe so that people can reply to you, and view the vibes you have sent out. Let's go ahead and reply to another person's vibe. Selecting the first button shows us a panel, where we can then hit refresh to see a random list of vibes. Note that the vibes that pop up are ones we have not made ourselves or ones that we have responded to. In this case, as a new user, we are able to see every single vibe available. A list of vibes shows up. As requested by our client, we are keeping the theme of vibes as thought bubbles, as a vibe is a reflection of what's on one's mind. So let's select a vibe. The first line is the vibe subject, a short message, previewing what the vibe is about. The subsequent lines are the vibe's main message. The options we have from here are to go back to the previous screen, send a reply to the owner of this vibe, or report it if we think something is wrong. Let's send a message. The allowed characters are alphanumeric, along with spaces, periods, and some special characters. We also employ a filter to discourage mean or inappropriate things being sent. Let's send out this nice message. We see that the message was sent, and we are brought back to the previous screen. At the moment, messages don't go away in the list when you reply to them, but they will once you hit refresh. So let's hit refresh and respond to another vibe. Let's suppose I'm in a foul mood, so I attempt to reply with a bad vibe. Our filter will stop the user from sending out vibes like these. But say the vibe itself was bad and got past our filter. This is where the reporting feature can come in handy. Let's select report instead. Now we have the options of going back to the previous screen, selecting a category that pertains to what we felt was wrong with the vibe, and sending the report. Let's go ahead and do so. Now we see that the vibe has been deleted from the current list. However, at the moment, it takes 3 reports to a vibe before it gets banned from the public list, and if you've reported a vibe, it can still show up in your list. This behavior of the reported vibe potentially showing up again to the same user who reported it, and a vibe that has been replied to not being taken off the user's public list, is something that should be changed in the future. Now, assuming that there's enough public vibes out there, if we hit refresh once more, that thought that was just deleted should come back, along with a whole new list of vibes. So that's the functionality of the public's vibes list. Let's move on to the second option. Users are able to send out a vibe to be shown to other users. So here we are able to enter the subject of the vibe, maxed out at 20 characters, and send out the main message of the vibe, maxed out at 500 characters. Let's send a good vibe out now. Here we see that the vibe was successfully sent out to our server, able to be pulled by other users. To see our vibe that we just sent, as well as any others that we have sent before, let's go ahead and select the third option. Here we see that we have one vibe available to us. Let's select it. Displayed is the vibe we sent out, along with its subject and message. Sadly, nobody has responded to it yet. Let's change that. I'm going to log into my own account and respond to this vibe. Then I'll log back into this new account here and check out the response. As I've used this account a lot for testing, you can see that I have a whole list of vibes I've sent out. Here you can see that I have my selected vibe subject, main message, and a list of other people's replies. If someone replied with a bad vibe, you can select the vibe and report it, just like you would with a bad public vibe. Let's do so now. The vibe gets reported, and the bad vibe immediately goes away. Now let's reply to that vibe from the new user account. It'll be easy for me to find it, since I've sent most of the public replies and also replied to them. Let's send a nice message. The message was sent. Let's go check it out. But before I do that, once I hit refresh, you'll see that the message won't appear again since I've already replied to it. You can see that we also check for mismatched credentials. Now we can see that the vibe from my main account has shown up here. And I'm still able to report this vibe if I wish to. So those are the main functions of this app. We hope that Good Vibes gets further developed, as we believe that the positivity it can bring would be a valuable asset to the GGC community.